Before I get started, I first want to mention that the Guyver 2 Dark Hero is a much better movie than the Guyver. Not saying that the Guyver is bad. It's, look at it this way. The Guyver is a delicious cheeseburger, while the Guyver 2 is a triple baconator with a side order of the Windows 7 Whopper. The Guyver is a 1991 sci-fi action film from directors Screaming Mad George and Steve Wang. This was the first movie that either of them directed. They previously worked together as special effects artists in films like Predator, Arena, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. You may also remember the name Screaming Mad George from my episode on Society. The movie was produced by Brian Usna, which is a large part as to why it has Screaming Mad George, Steve Wang, Jeffrey Combs, and David Gale all working together. The movie's based on the 1985 manga Bio Booster Armor Guyver. The movie opens with a voiceover explaining the backstory.
At the beginning of time, aliens came to the Earth to create the ultimate organic weapon. They created mankind. By planting a special gene into man, they created the zoonoids, humans who can change at will into super monster soldiers.
The zoonoid leader called the Zoolord, that was the best name you could come up with? Anyway, the Zoolord runs the Kronos Corporation, and it's trying to take over the world. The Zoolord discovered this device called a Guyver unit that can turn an ordinary human into a devastating weapon of destruction. A research scientist stole the Guyver unit and is running away from the Kronos Corporation. The doctor knows the Kronos goons have found him, so he hides the Guyver unit so they can't get it. They finally track him down, and he transforms into his zoonoid form. Lisker, the head of this group, also transforms and kills the doctor. Oh, and your eyes don't deceive you. That's Jimmy J.J. Walker. He's really annoying in this. How annoying? Just imagine Jar Jar Binks rapping.
I've been looking high, I've been looking low.
Stop it.
Guiding, jiving thing to show.
Won't you stop?
This punk's become a hunk when all along he's had the song. Well, let me just tell you one thing.
Please stop.
Boom that thing with the Guyver in it. I'm going to make you crawl and gonna make you sing. Cause I want that guiding, jiving thing. Boy.
At a kung fu studio, we see Sean and Mizki. Mizki's played by Vivian Wu. Her acting is, not all that good.
The Guyver? What's that? I want Max out of that thing! Let me go! I don't know anything!
CIA agent Max Reed, played by Mark Hamill, shows up looking for Mizki. Turns out Mizki is the daughter of the doctor that was just killed. Reed tells her father was going to deliver the Guyver unit to him, but was killed, and now she might be in danger. Lisker delivers the Guyver unit to Fulton Balkus, the leader of the Kronos Corporation, only to find out the doctor swapped it out with a toaster.
What is this? Some sort of masochistic junk? How did that get in there?
Can we keep this between us? I'd hate to lose my teaching job.
On his way home, Sean stops by the crime scene. He finds the Guyver unit and takes it, and he's attacked by a gang. He accidentally activates the Guyver unit and proceeds to beat the crap out of the gang. Sean sees what he's become, freaks out, and the Guyver unit retracts. Reed meets with Colonel Castle at the crime scene, who doesn't believe him when he talks about the zoonoids and the Guyver unit. Sean goes to visit Mizki and sees the zoonoids have kidnapped her. He rescues her along with Reed, and they escape into a warehouse. The zoonoids all reveal their true forms and attack. The zoonoids manage to get Mizki, and then Sean turns into the Guyver to rescue her. The Guyver beats up the zoonoids, and even managed to kill some of them. But when he thinks he accidentally kills Mizki, he stops fighting. The Zoonoids take advantage of this and rip the control unit out of his head, which kills him. The Zoonoids bring Mizgi and Reed back to the Kronos headquarters. Balkus shows Mizgi the Zoonoids they're creating, and that they're turning Reed into one as well. Mizgi grabs the control unit of the Guyver, and it gets knocked into the mouths of one of the other Zoonoids. Within the host, the Guyver is able to reform himself. The Guyver beats up the Zoonoids and frees Reed. They try to escape, but Reed turns into his Zoonoid form, which is some kind of crab bug thing. He wasn't in the chamber long enough, so the transformation kills him. Balkus transforms into his Zoolord form and fights the Guyver. The Guyver unleashes his wave motion gun attack and kills the Zoolord. Colonel Castle shows up in a twist that the CIA had been working with the Kronos Corporation.
What a twist!
And since J.J. Walker's in this movie, this was inevitable.
I got a job for you. Dynamite.
After I picked up the director's cut DVD, I found out something that really pissed me off. When the film was on VHS, it was given a rating of PG-13. But then years later, when they decided to put it on DVD, they had to resubmit the film, and it came back with an R rating for violence. A film has to be re-rated when it switches formats. That is complete bullshit. Once a movie gets its rating, that should be it. So the director cut out the blood, and the movie was dropped back down to PG-13. I've seen both versions, and even though the original cut is a little bloodier, it's nowhere near the blood and guts level of the anime. Speaking of the anime, the movie did an excellent job of recreating the look from the manga. The suit is near perfect, right down to the steam vents. The Zoonoids look fantastic too. The director there is Michael Deak, the special effects supervisor for the film. He's moved on to some pretty huge movies, like The Hulk, Pirates of the Caribbean, Transformers 1 and 2, and Tron Legacy. Jeffrey Combs is playing Dr. East, a goof on his Reanimator character, Dr. West. David Wells is playing Dr. Gordon, as a nod to Stuart Gordon, who directed Reanimator. David Gale does a great job of playing the Zoolord, but his performance reminds me of something.
Hey, that is not your cue. You stepped on my scream!
The comic book style transitions are silly and they keep using the same one. If you're gonna do that, why not just mix it up old school? Meanwhile, back at Kronos Corporation. Even though this movie's very cheesy, it's just a simple, fun, entertaining flick about guys in rubber suits beating the crap out of each other.
I killed you once, and I'll kill you again!
You can't kill me. I've been rejected by death.
Ha ha! Breaker!